this. I do a little bit of that, and I think we should be live, right?
We are.
Are we live? I gotta get something from my. I'm gonna get a thing from my. Double check. There's nobody there, so I can't ask anybody. We're live.
We are live. Yep, we are.
So, I get my throat to go back to normal. So whatever you did to me, Kevin.
Can I grab one of those? Thank you.
Whatever you did to me, Kevin. My throat won't go back to normal. All right. So, a couple things. It was really upsetting me that I couldn't manage the Mongo database where I could bring it up and down and keep the data or remove the data.
Okay.
That down stuff I did last time with the -v actually didn't behave the way I wanted it to. So I went back online and finally figured out what was wrong with all the Mongo stuff. So I'll show you that. So now I can keep that data and then manually remove it if we don't want. Also, I'll show you this. FFmpeg fixed their problems with Whisper yesterday. Thank God. So I ripped out the Go package we had for the Whisper call. So that's kind of cool because now if you're running Windows or whatever, you should be able to build it.
A lot less code.
You do need a model from Whisper, but we have one in the project anyway.
Okay.
And then we got to go back and start debugging why we're not getting the code that we should be getting. Maybe things aren't being classified properly.
I think so.
No. Well, so we said we would do that today. So let me switch over to the project for a second. So quick changes that I made. I'm really happy that I solved this problem because this was driving me absolutely crazy. So apparently, if you don't add this to your Mongo
host name, okay,
then when it comes back up, it starts to try looking for a new master. So somehow setting the host name allows it to, when it comes back up, know that this is the primary or something. Because if you remember, after I did down, it came back up. It was like, there's no primary, there's no primary, there's no primary. That fixed the primary issue.
Okay.
So I then put all the volume stuff back in place, and now we can do up and downs properly.
Okay.
And the data sort of stays here, which is beautiful.
Oh.
And if I do want to delete the Mongo stuff, I have the clean. I wasn't sure if we should add the SQL stuff. Normally, I would just manually delete this, and we'd be done with it.
And what is the volumes? Like, remind me really quick on what volumes are.
So these containers need storage space because they're like databases.
Okay.
So when you run this in a normal, when you just run this container, there's some disk space somewhere that is assigned to Docker to use. So the container has some local disk.
Okay.
Right. And from inside the container, this is where it's expecting to read and write stuff from.
Got it.
Because the container has a file system. What I'm doing there is I'm saying, I know this file system, not a file system, but I know these paths exist inside the container.
Okay.
What I want you to do is map them to external space on my local hard drive so I can see it.
Got it.
So it's just a mapping of volume. So the other thing, and I didn't test it, but I saw this, was just saying that it was external and mapping the services. So essentially I'm saying, don't put this in some temporary storage where I can't get to it.
Yeah, put it here so I can...
Put it here so I can see it. That allows me to just manually delete stuff when I want to delete it.
Got it.
So I'm not even sure I need this clean anymore. Other than it was nice to just sort of have the makefile do this manually.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not really doing it for SQL or anything else. So I don't know. But the bottom line is I can start and stop I can say down, which is important because if you don't say down, even if you hit Control C, those containers stop. But I've seen like Docker restart and then restart all those containers.
Yeah.
So until you go down, you're not really cleaned up.
Got it.
And then once you do it down, all that temporary disk space that you had goes away immediately, right? And so now that's a chicken and the egg problem for me because I do want to say down so these things don't start running again. But I didn't want to lose the disk. I didn't want to lose what we did. So the volumes allow me to sort of detach this space from inside the container.
Got it.
To that. And then that means I can do up and down without losing all that information, especially now where we want to do like 35 of these and it takes 6 minutes, right? I don't necessarily want to lose that until I want to redo it myself, right?
Yeah, makes sense. Okay.
Because, it's like it's just time that you're losing. Anyway, so we've done that. This is now working perfectly. I can stop up, down, and it doesn't fail anymore. God, that was driving me crazy, dude. And then the other thing we did, and we'll have to run, we're doing some testing right now, but the other thing I did was got rid of, you won't see under Foundation anymore, any of that Whisper stuff.
Yeah.
I did add under Zarf a models folder now for the Whisper model that we're using, this tiny one. Because when we do the extract audio transcription, you need the model. You got to give FFmpeg which model you want to use.
Oh, okay.
So figured out sort of all of this. The big parameter here is Q. So they create a queue of so many seconds. That way, when it's returned, it's not returned in like different chunks.
Okay.
So since the chunk size is like 60 seconds, I just said create a queue of 65 seconds. But I did say also just return the text. So we just get pure text out.
Okay.
So anyway, if I ran this thing manually, we would just get the text back from the video chunk that we're going to be processing. So bottom line is this replaced a whole bunch of code. So you don't see audio here anymore. You don't see Whisper here anymore. We were able to get that. And I just moved the model under Zarf, under models.
Nice. Okay.
And it works, man. It's fine, right? So
yeah, why do it?
So it's fine. Yeah, only because now I get Windows support and Linux support. The only funny thing was when you're installing FFmpeg now, you can't just say brew install FFmpeg. In fact, anybody that's installed it will need to uninstall it.
Ooh, okay.
And then you'll install the Whisper CPP support, and then you have to use this cask, which is basically this version of FFmpeg that has support, and then you say with Whisper. You have to say head for some reason, so I guess we need the latest on that repo in order for this to work. At least that's what we figured out. Maybe one day, eventually, you don't have to say head. But my guess is that if I do this is a GitHub repo.
No.
Maybe the whole thing is
GitHub.
Oh, I did GitHub.
GitHub.
No, I think this is a repo, but I don't know how Brew sort of gets to that. I don't know enough there.
FFmpeg homebrew formula.
Or maybe this is just a, you know what? This might be a name on Homebrew. But it's like a cask, so it does go to the repo and sort of bring it down. So this is the way we were doing it, but we can't do it that way anymore. You gotta, but this tap and install gets all sort of put together.
Okay.
And then you're sort of cool. There was a little bit, oh wait, here it is.
Third-party tap for Homebrew.
So there it is. There's the repo, I think, for that.
Oh, okay. Brew tap.
And this allowed us to, so whoever put this together, thank you. But this allowed us to build it with the different options, like the Whisper that we needed. I don't know how any of this shit works, bro. But you can see with sort of all this support, And now with version 8, you have with
Whisper.
and they fixed this. So life is good, man.
Nice.
Yeah, life is good. So we now have that. So anybody that's installed FFmpeg before, you'll have to do the brew uninstall and then just make sure you run these two. Oh, I don't need this anymore either. Shoot. I thought I needed that in order to get the other thing to work, but I don't. I wonder if you do need it. I better leave it because it uses that program. I'll just leave it because I ain't going to mess with it.
Okay.
This is weird C-related stuff. So when you're building the C libraries, let me make this bigger for now. When you're building the C libraries, it will use this program. I'm looking for a call that I used with it. And I don't see what I'm looking for here in the history. You'll use this program to figure out where certain like C files are on disk in order to be able to do builds.
Okay.
I was using this program in some capacity here, but as you can see, I don't have it in my history, so whatever. We'll just leave it. Okay, so let's get to the good stuff. So so this is the cool part now. I can just do up. I can do down and up all day long. It doesn't fail. Mongo starts again, mainly because of that host name is what we needed.
Okay.
And then I've got my embeddings. Oh no, that's the llama. Let's see. It almost looks like I know what I'm doing with all these windows.
Yeah.
No.
It's like whenever you see a hacker on a movie.
Yeah, fake it till you make it. Yeah. Yeah, I was running Mongo stuff here, so so I have like counts, like 15. But we're gonna have to restart this once we're sort of done.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're trying to debug this thing now,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, the data's gonna.
I think under videos we were now keeping the frames, weren't we?
Yeah, for each
Yeah.
frames for each chunk, right? That's how.
Yeah. And I don't think for 14 we ended up having any code here, right?
Yeah.
So if I look at just move this up a little bit. If I look at, I just say find, that could be 14 maybe. That is 12. 12 had some code. 12 had some code. 12 had this authorize function. Problem is I don't know which one we even kept. So this one actually worked, right? But it's interesting to see which one it kept. So I think what we want to do is sort of run all this again. Maybe I will delete the database and delete the frames, and we'll keep everything, and then we'll do some analysis on it. So let me do I can do a compose down clean. That's why I wrote that. Or is it a clean down? That's weird. I thought it was,
Up clean.
up clean. I don't know if that seems dangerous because you might run that one again. And
Up clean.
I think I'd rather have a down clean, to be honest with you. I think I'd rather have a down clean. The other one feels scary to me, if I'm being honest. Oh, shoot. That would be down clean. Now that I've got this working the way I want it working, I think that's what I want. Why does it? That should. All right. Sometimes I don't know what AI is thinking. Yeah, it created everything.
Okay.
New.
Okay.
I just did that because somebody on Linux was having problems with writes or something. But okay, so I did all the removing, and then I don't know if that means you do it in. I don't know what this means again, other than append. I think it just means append. Do this, and then
Yeah.
then that, and then that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So now I'm going to do compose up. It's going to create a new database for us. We've got nothing there. That's good. Okay. We're now going to run this again, but I think there's some information that we need
Definitely.
beyond just the input, right? It would be nice to know what keyframes we kept. So maybe what I'll do, it would be nice to know the classification. I don't want the description. I don't want the code. I do want the file name though.
File name, classification, yeah.
I think it would be nice to have that.
Mm-hmm.
That will give us some more information about what's happening with the keyframes and which one we chose and why. We can do some analysis on that. So let's do the make example 12, step 1.
Make example 12, step 1.
So this is kind of telling us the ones that we kept, right?
Yeah.
What I find interesting is, did we put these in a map?
Yeah, I was going to ask why they're out of order.
There's an algorithm that's trying to figure out which ones are unique by comparing things together.
Okay.
It's quite possible even that algorithm that we have is wrong in terms of the way though I worked with Florin on that and it felt pretty good. Okay, so why is it saying
frame is blank?
Hold on. Let me kill this for a second.
Frame. No, it's not getting that.
Oh, this was supposed to be the classification, bro. Oh.
But we're not getting it.
Oh, are we not saving it? That could be a problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we not getting a classification anymore?
We have it there, but
well, we think we have it there. Let's just do a.
we need to log it. Yeah.
Print. That's
could be in. Yeah, that could be very.
Could be a problem.
Where's source code? So we do have it there.
That time it worked.
But it found code.
And it found code, so that's good.
What about one where it didn't find?
Oh, just got to keep running it.
Yeah.
But while that's running for a second, I'm going to do this. Frames. Just so it's easier to sort of read.
Okay.
Let's do it again.
That was interesting how it didn't. Okay, got code there.
So that time it found. So I can get rid of this, right? That's not helping us. All right, let's see. So, see on 8, it chose just let's just take a look at 8 for a second, right? So for 8, here's 8. It shows this for source code.
Okay.
When it said everything else, so you start with some piece of code like this,
Mm-hmm.
and then we do the similarity sort of search, right? And
Yeah.
it said that these were similar enough.
Which they are. They're exactly the same.
Except I would argue that on number 8, I don't have the split function there, right?
Yeah, those two are different.
Like these are all similar enough. But maybe I'd love to look at 8 again and sort of see what the similarity numbers are, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say we were going to play with 8 again. There is a function here that we use to remove duplicates.
Yes.
So this is a stupid comment that I made, right? Like I don't really know what that. Remember we had that conversation?
Yeah, it was like a hypothetical.
Okay. So we have a threshold number, which 414, which right now is at 80%. All right. So what we might need to do right now I need to look at what we're comparing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're comparing
The last unique keyframe to the
U keyframe similarity.
There it is.
Yeah. And this, we should do that. 0.2, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
0.2.
So that gives us some information on how it's sort of being scored. And maybe we do result. And that's this, right? Okay. It would be good to look at 8 again, I think. So why don't we do this? Bring this back up. And run this again.
It's blank.
But I don't care about this first one. Probably been better to, well, since I don't care about the first one. From a logging perspective,
Yeah.
look at it this way, right?
New line. Yeah. Make it a little easier.
Yeah, and probably don't need double lines there either. Just need one line. Okay, let's do that. And this was for, this was a big one.
Yeah. Okay. So there's the 0 to 60. 96. 96.
So that one had some code in it. Let's take a look at this one then. So this was chunk 2, right? Two. Okay, that had some code in it. So let's take a look at what happened here. We compared 0 and 60. They were pretty identical. We had actually a score of 1.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we compared it with this one, and 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 we got a score of 1.
Which makes sense. The screen hasn't moved at all.
Yeah. And actually, all of that was 1. So we ended up choosing 0. And then we did identify source code, and we got
Just
it's interesting.
it's actually not. The code isn't func authenticate web handler.
Yeah,
It's not correct.
No, it's weird, isn't it?
Like it combines.
Why does that say 60 there when I did the output too? Did that AI sneak something in again? Oh yeah, I did. Damn AI, man. It's bad because I'm not even seeing it, right? Okay, so we chose output to 0, right? And we ended up with, this is the code that we see on the screen. And that's the code that it came up with. That's wild. How did it?
Output, and that's for sure output 2.
I mean,
Yeah, nowhere on that screen is that code there.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
But
All right, let's take a look at another one. This is 3.
okay, there's 99, 99, 99.
There's code on 3.
Oh.
So on 3, it picked 0 again, right?
Yeah, it picked. But it. Oh wait, hold on. What is it?
Error forbidden function. Look, error forbidden function within a middleware. Not really a function, but oh yeah.
Well,
No, not really.
what is the code actually? It looks like is that not the code from the other from 2?
You think that's the code from 2?
Wait, web new request. Func error forbidden. No. No.
Oh, I have it here too. There it is right there, right?
But it's still there's no func
There's no funk. So something's off, bro. Oh,
something like off big time.
wait. That's really weird, huh? All right. Let's stop this for a second. This is weird, man. This is super weird. Super weird.
Like it's making up.
Super weird, right? Because here's 2 again. And 2 says that we're going to pick image shows screenshot, go text editor. Oh man. How did it get? Let's put the full source of what we're looking at here.
Yeah.
That way there's no sort of doubt, right?
Definitely.
Huh. Unique keyframe image. We've already read the image in at this point. Let's double check that code too. At some point here, we've added the image data into memory. Where does that happen? Here. right? Keyframe file, read image, get the embedding, and we put it in there. I mean, this can't be a mistake.
Yeah.
That can't be a mistake.
But why would it mix?
Well, I don't know if it's mixing, so we're going to do the following.
Yeah, like
I'm going to start over here again. You know, it doesn't feel right.
no.
Unless it's like hallucinating too.
That's what I'm thinking. Like because it's mixing. Like yeah, some of the code is on the screen, but then some of it is
But how
not.
can it just come up with its own code?
Huh.
I'd have to be able to pass temperature now
I was
into.
thinking it was getting like an index wrong or something, like pulling from a different chunk, but
I keep the temperature. The temperature's kind of high here.
oh, you want the temperature to be 0,
So
0, 1, or
what
what
we
is it?
might have to do is, if I change this to say temp, and it's a float, say 32. This breaks the API, but I can do that, right? At least I can control the temperature. Now, I don't remember what the top P and K value should be. If we go back to 10 for a second, we do set those to be, yeah. You see
I
what we
think
did?
those are the settings. Yeah.
That we want for this particular call.
Yeah. I think so.
So we might need to see, this is where I tried to make this simple and I failed. How should we just change this API in a way where it's going to be reasonable? I mean, I can just do this.
How come you're setting it using parameters rather than just putting the values in for
Because
this?
remember, I created this higher level function.
Okay. Oh, so you're using it in multiple.
Yeah, because it was all this code was so boilerplate for everything else I was doing. I kind of just hid it in there. But now this API has gotten a little bit more complex, right?
Makes sense.
You know, the other option is to do kind of what I did. Oh no, I did that here for content. I guess we just pass it in like this. It just sucks because I almost just want to build this as a struct. And then if it's empty, have some defaults. I'm trying to just keep this simplified, right?
Okay.
So
There's a missing an A and parms. Paren.
So now I kind of want to do this. If yeah, do something like that, right?
So it's setting defaults if
It's
it
setting
doesn't receive any
defaults
values.
if it's empty. And then if I go back here, no, sorry, I go back here. Temperature can be 0. The other ones shouldn't be.
Because aren't those like top K? I forget which one does what.
I'll just do it in the small, right? So yeah, they're all about, I don't remember everything.
They do, like they pick the
Temperature is
top.
the randomest.
Yeah.
One of them is, yeah,
Like
where you're picking from or something.
exactly, and then I forgot what the third one does, but I know one of those two have to do with like the options it's picking from.
So if we do this, okay, what breaks now? 8 broke. But the point of this change was kind of to do this for now.
Just set nothing.
Yeah, do it this way. I think that's the easiest way to not sort of not break anything, right? And so now my example 9. Normally, why did I copy this thing? Stop trying to help me. Now, normally I wouldn't want to put that for, like, from an API design, it's bothering the hell out of me. I really want it this way, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
That's just bothering the hell out of me. Okay. Okay. Man, did I totally break that? Yeah. Okay. Better. Now it sees the pattern now, right?
Yeah.
Sees the pattern. I think this is the best way to go. You did it wrong. Better.
Is there a way to do it where it's sort of like an optional parameter?
The problem is I already have the optional. I only have one optional, and I have it with this width. So if we wanted to get more sophisticated, then what we would do is add another width, sort of width. Could do this, right? Width params. I was just trying to get out of this problem quickly, right? But
yeah.
But let's say we did it this way. Then what is this sort of doing? The problem now is with params. Yeah, see, this doesn't work anyway. So when we did with image, we just appended whatever the options were into this, but that was kind of bad because what this is assuming is that, so this was a bad API design in the sense that options always return a D.
Okay.
Okay. So this would have to return essentially, if I just take this for a second, or take this for a second. So how do you pull this off? Because based on the way I wrote this, this is what with params would look like.
Okay.
The problem is that when I do with image, we're trying to put that inside the content. Right?
Okay.
But this doesn't belong there. It belongs sort of here.
Oh.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know unless we add, unless you did something like this. This is all really bad. Say, hey, that's an image. And then I say, these are params. Okay. Now, if I did that, okay, let's say I did that, right? Then I have to do the following. Just keep that for a second. For option range options. Okay. If option type is image, I move this here. Then I'm going to do that. Okay. So that would add that to the content. And it's essentially taking the text and then appending whatever that document is.
Okay.
Right. And you know me, let's do a switch here.
Yep.
Say
Switch keys.
Right. Case image. Now, if it's params, then we have a different sort of situation here. But I could do the same thing that I did here, just with a D. Right? Call this params. It's a single D. It looks like this, let's say. But we hard code our defaults, let's say 1, 0. So let's say this was the D, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, now I can do this. And I say, okay, then we'll replace the params. And honestly, then what I can just do is I should be able to just put params here, I think. No, even though it's a D, it's not, I can't do that. So then this doesn't make sense, right? Then what I thought I could just inject.
Yeah, I see where you're.
Because this isn't a slice of D, this is a D. I can't just embed that in there. But then it wouldn't make sense to do well, it's just clean if I just do a D, replace the D and do this. D is just a map at the end of the day.
So it'll be params temperature.
Yeah.
Params top P. Params top. Okay. Which, why is it doing a float and then an int on top K?
Because K is in it. Oh.
But it's like doing a.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that in a second.
Yeah, okay.
It might be because, yeah.
Like it's already in it.
Yeah, one would argue. Now, one would also argue that I don't even have to do this because
It's already
it would know.
Yeah.
It's a map. It's a map any. Now, here's the other funny thing. Since it's a map any, the other option is you can do this, or we could just add it to this map. You know, you could do something like you iterate over this and just add the keys. But I think this is just as fast.
That works too, yeah.
Yeah, because it's just basically two maps and you're adding it.
And now doing it this way, you avoid the parameter.
I mean, I could create 3 variables, set the defaults, and then, but I need to return a D here is the problem, right?
Yeah.
In order for this to work, I need to return a D. So I need to return a D. See, then I would argue if we did this, I can get rid of that type.
Yeah.
Just do that, right?
It makes the completions call a little cleaner.
Could. So you do that. This to me is a little ugly, but it is what it is. Because the only other option then is to just iterate over the params and add the key. So, I mean, the other option, if we just wanted to look at it. So you do that. I wonder what it says. Oh, I can copy with a map. I didn't realize I could do that. So, there's a maps package now. See? This is the work Alan Donovan's been doing with the Go tooling to find these sort of enhancements and to like now, like we saw with Max the other day.
Yeah.
It's like really brilliant, right? Having that in the editor. So now I feel better about what we did because we've got our defaults. We can replace it if it's params, and then we just copy it into D. Cool, right?
Yeah. It's cool.
It's much
So
cleaner.
it's less code, but do you think readability wise it's as
Yeah,
clear?
because look, just copies. I think it's super clear. It's nice. And it gives people also like, hey, for sure, that was added in 121. I didn't even know that was there.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
so now we do it that way. What does this now look like? See, now what this looks like is a with. So now I don't have to pass anything.
No, now it's everything stays the same.
Everything stays the same because we're going to use the defaults, right?
So it's more backwards compatible.
Yeah.
That change.
Yeah, it's perfect. Now,
Why is that complaining?
what is the multi-value client with mine and type value string? Oh, wait a second. It might be the API design again now. Oh, because it just doesn't return a. I can't do that returning 2 arguments. It's a parameter. So now what we have to do is this. Hold on. I'll just call it a. We got to return a single value.
Okay. So not a string in D.
No, we got to return a. No, a type. And I can't use type. And now a D.
Okay.
And now what we do is let's see if the AI can do it. Now you're going to return a with param. And it's going to be type that.
There
See?
it goes. Okay.
Yeah.
You had to. It did remove the name of it up there.
And then that has to be with param and no error. So you got to return the one thing.
Okay, I see.
And then this could be a with param.
Oh, where's it asking you to jump?
And now we got to check type and option D. Yeah. Much better.
Yeah.
So we just needed to return the single parameter
Got it. Okay.
in order for that to work.
And that was because you can't have a parameter that returns two.
No, because each parameter is of a single type.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Makes sense.
now none of this changes, right?
No.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. We don't have to change the API. It's even better. Because now we know we didn't break anything there. Yeah, and we're using the same defaults as before. Now the comes in here, and we want to do, just so it's on the screen, let's do the following for a second. And now we have our temperature, which we want to make really small. Actually, now we don't have a problem at all setting it how we want because there's no if statement. See? So now we can go back to the way we did it in 0011, right?
Mm-hmm.
0011. Actually, this API design was much better. So now we can pass it in this way.
Nice.
Yeah. And everything else sort of stays the same. Anywhere else that we're doing chat completions? No, this is the only place where we're doing it, right? So now we can control. This was a good call on that. Control. I've never had something like this before where we were going to do multiple sort of things with it, but it works really well, actually. Okay. So that solves that problem. I don't remember now where we are, but probably, I don't know if we did a cleanup. So let's just do another down clean. Let's do it up. And let's go back to now sort of debugging what we're doing here. All right.
That's gonna change the responses a lot.
Maybe.
R is what was R? UKSR?
R is whether it was true or false, where we thought it was different enough. Oh, if it was the same.
Oh, if it was the same, it was true. Okay.
Yeah. So in all these,
Look how different the similarity scores are now.
yeah, I know, 0 and 60. Hold on.
They were in the 90s and
They were, weren't they?
oh, but we were on the second chunk.
Yeah, that's fine. But I still think it's I still
Yeah,
think it's
there it is.
better.
There it is. Class terminal.
Yeah.
There's source code.
This one said source code and it picked 0 again, right?
Into, yep.
Which was this. And again, if we look at this one, this is a good one to look at. Everything is 1, right?
Yep.
1, 1, 1, 1. And I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, it's nothing moved.
But what did it choose?
Func authenticate web handler. Func authenticate should be web middleware. And then after that it was
I don't know.
but the code didn't even
If you notice what it did, it didn't take the code for, look, it took this
mm-hmm.
and moved it.
Error forbidden.
And, dude, that's crazy. It made code changes.
It did. It refactored.
It
Well, and the code didn't even get there.
No, but it
So
took lines 14 and 17 and moved them
Moved them in there and then filled in all the.
Oh,
Oh.
was right. So what did it do this time? It took 0 from 3.
Authenticate.
Where did it get that code from?
That code is nowhere.
If you notice, it added the function, same function twice. I don't know what it's doing.
Oh man.
We must have a bug with the code that it's. We may have to. Okay. We might have to write a little hack program that because on 11 it took 0. This one it did okay with.
Yeah.
I mean, this one was good. On 11 it was good. What was crazy to me was
It's like injecting its own.
on 10 it also took 0. This one was okay. Though it didn't grab that code. Maybe we need to change the prompt and tell it not to.
Yeah, do not.
If there's syntax errors in the code or.
Don't try to complete it.
Yeah, if the code is incomplete.
This one we didn't even get in time. And this one was 8. And it kept 0. Which, like from 0 to 60. From 0 to 60, it said it was 100%.
And 0 to... Is it not 100%?
For sure, not 100%.
No.
And then 0 to 120.
Not 100. No.
Yeah, I would not say that these were...
The settings might be...
Maybe we're not comparing the right stuff either.
Maybe if you go from 0, yeah.
Okay. We got potential problems. But I don't want to have to keep running this. We've got data. Like 8 is a pretty good one to play with, right? Okay. So let's play with 8 for a second. How can we take the code? Our big problem right now is this call to keyframe descriptions, right?
Keyframe descriptions is also the one pulling the code. Okay, yeah, I see it there.
There's concurrency going on here.
There is.
You know, there's concurrency going on here. Could we be... Let's just go 125. Let's double check. 125. Okay. I wonder if we've got a concurrency.
Do you think it's mixing something?
It shouldn't be, because each one of these will be a unique... Okay, this is just going in and trying to get... This isn't doing the comparison. This is after we have the unique. This is getting code and descriptions. And in most cases, we just have the one file anyway. So none of that's going to matter. It's going to be this code here. Reading the image, getting an embedding. And then removing duplicates. All right.
Interesting problem.
All right. We're assuming a few things. So I don't like that if we go back to 8. I don't like that this was marked at 100% similar, which is part of this duplication. But this is not done concurrently, so so I don't know what to do here. I just want to run 8 by itself, which I can do by calling process keyframes and get back what we need.
Instead of ranging.
No, I just want to call this one function.
Oh, okay.
So I just want to call process chunk, let's say, for chunk 8. And I don't want to do anything else. So how can I do that? just as a way of playing with this. After I knit, nothing else below it. Let's see. Now the video chunk file that I want to play with is this one.
So you can just hard code.
Starting video time, I couldn't care less about. And the duration, I couldn't care less about for what I want to do. Okay. And then everything else below this line for now, just comment out. Okay. So what we'll do is just process the one chunk file, which will be 8. Now, the thing here is do I care about existing document, extract audio, process keyframes? Right. What are we trying to do here? Trying to figure out why I almost want to dump the code that it sees here, but we're not doing it that way. I'm first doing embeddings. Maybe this is the only thing I want to do. Go back to. Maybe this is the only function I want to run right now. Which is the chunk name. The chunk name is, yeah, okay. This is really what I want to run right now. The chunk name, the video directory I already have, all of that.
But would it be that whole?
That's all I want to run.
It would be that whole directory there, or would it just be like output when you use the base?
No, right? Just to run this one function.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be that, right?
Okay.
It's going to be that. And then I have the keyframes here, which I can steal the code that I had here to iterate over the keyframes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just for fun. This is what I care about. I don't need database stuff either, which is good. Now I do need image embedding. Okay, this is where we're at. I just want to process this one keyframe. I want to do the keyframe work here.
Okay.
All right. And then we'll look at the file name, the classification. Now the thing here is that we remove the duplicates, which is fine. We may want to add some more. We only do descriptions for the duplicates, right? So what if we just for, there's just so many of them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's start with this, and then we might want to run. We may not want to remove the duplicates. Let me just see what happens here for a second. If we just do this, can we just process 8? That is the first question. Okay, so that's fine. XARF samples, video frames. Did I just delete everything because I'm an idiot? Yes, I'm an idiot. there's some code somewhere that is cleaning up. Oh, I don't see it.
Was it in process keyframe?
Probably.
Yeah, I think keyframe file embed.
There's some code that I have that got executed
Yeah.
to delete. Create a keyframe
Create
file.
keyframe files, which gets called.
No, but that gets called only for process chunk, and I'm not calling process
Which is
chunk.
unused.
Maybe I forgot to hit save. Okay, so now I got to do the following. Gotta hide all this. I gotta put back you. I gotta put back you. Gotta put back you. And I gotta put back all of you. Okay, now I'm gonna let this run again until we get to 8, right?
Yep.
Oh, that was a bummer, bro. Maybe I forgot to hit save. Oh,
I
but
don't think so.
hold on. I don't think so either, but I don't know how that code got. We're gonna double check that in a second. We gotta run this again until we get to 8. This is the hard part of this AI shit.
Yeah.
Like, you would think that the embedding would be better. Okay, while that's running, the only thing I have is an OS remove all for the frames, which is here. This only gets called for process chunk. And the other code that I had commented out doesn't call it. So I must not have saved it. It's the only thing I can think of.
Okay.
All right, what is it up to now? It's up to number 2. So now we got to get us to 8. Why can't you post a video which is not live and in one video? Don't understand that question. Good morning, Bill. Are you coming to Brazil for GopherCon 2026? I will be in Brazil for that. In fact, we're also planning something for April because that conference isn't until September. And at Ardan Labs, we're Sao Paulo. How do you say that name? In
Sao Paulo. I think
Sao Paulo?
that's how it is.
We're gonna also do something there, I think, in April, which will be like a community event. So if you live in that city, you'll see me a little earlier. But we've got 2 trips to Brazil for next year. All right, that's number 6.
Did you see the new iPhone
The
that came out?
17.
I think it's 17. Yeah.
I saw an announcement for the 17, but what's special about it other than the memory thing?
I don't know. I think well, yeah, the memory. It has like 12 gigabytes of RAM.
No, there's some new memory. They're doing something really different and safe with memory now. I have a
Oh, that I haven't seen.
while it's running here. I have it on my phone. Where's my phone?
Apparently the camera's crazy too now. Like,
It's amazing what they can do with these cameras, but I'm not a camera guy really, so
big
there
thing.
it is. Memory integrity enforcement. Memory. Oh, shoot, I had it.
I had seen a video where someone said you can run a model. You could almost run a model on
They're running models on the phone already anyway.
Oh,
When you do that picture stuff and you're doing that,
yeah.
they're already running a model on this machine. On this one, this is a 16.
Yeah, because the 16 has 8 gigabytes.
They're already running models on here, tiny models. You're not. You can be on off. You don't have to be online, and you can do the pictures and picture stuff. But this is the new. I haven't been able to read it yet, but everybody's super excited about this.
Design spending how
They reworked the way they're doing memory management and
widespread.
keep it safer. I have to read it. I haven't read it, so I can't give you the synopsis.
Synopsis.
But okay, hold on. Let's stop
There we
this for
are.
a second. Now, I'm going to go back here and I'm going to comment out all of this, including this. And I'm going to put back this. And all of you go away. I'm going to save it. And it's going to complain because I forgot to do this and this. Okay.
It's still complaining on that parenthesis or bracket. Yeah. No.
Yeah, no, I see it. I just don't know why. Look at there. So I commented out too much or something. Let's do it again. So I don't care about anything all the way down to the return. Better.
Okay.
I don't know what I did.
Yeah.
All right. So this should not delete our files. Agreed?
Yep.
Okay. Guess what?
Deleted the files.
I don't understand, bro. I don't understand. I'm like, oh, guess what?
It's in the make file.
Why?
It's in the make file.
Why is that in there? Actually, I don't need any of this anymore because,
FFM ping.
dude,
No.
that's why. That was bad. That was unnecessary. Fudge. Okay, at least I know why. I don't know why we put this in here either, to be honest with you. I think that Linux guy needed it in order to set some stuff, but whatever. Let's just leave that, but I shouldn't have been deleting it. Okay. So let's put everything back again. Sorry for everybody watching. I'm an idiot. I gotta do it one more time. Oh, but now I gotta redo this. Okay. I didn't realize I had that in there, man. That's definitely something from like way back. Okay. So let's do that again. And then while we wait for that, we can. So hopefully that answered all your questions. I don't know what the time delay is on everything anymore. All right, number 2. This really sucks, bro. This is the hard part of doing the AI because nothing's deterministic. We're playing with a model that can. This isn't even with the model description though. I think
So
we have 2 potential problems. We've got the comparison. This part is the model that we chose, right? The small model.
yeah, that like we're trying to figure out if it's a model problem or a code problem, kind of at the
But
same
there's
time.
2 issues. Well, yeah, could be a prompt problem, but until we can just study 8 one at a time, even ask the model to give us the code just for each of those frames.
Oh, okay, like individual and
Yeah, I want to see
manually sort
because
of.
I'm gonna when we get to 8, I'm gonna keep a copy of 8. Okay,
Okay.
put it on the side.
Yeah.
Then, now that it won't get deleted, what we can do is start with a comparison. Just run that comparison again and see what's going on in terms of
Like a
100%.
two frames that we know are different. Run the comparison
Yeah,
on
and
each.
we'll have a copy of what this code did. And then I might just want to eat some CPU to have it give me some descriptions of like code samples of what's there.
Okay.
Because either we're mixing something up. Okay, here's 8. This is what I want to play with. So either we're really not doing this, which now that we'll have 8 done, we'll be able to look at. Oh, is 8 done now?
8's done. Yeah.
8's done. Okay, that's 8, right? All right, let's go back to 8. This is 8, right?
Yes.
All right, I want all of this. Let's take this. I'm going to put this in a text document. And we're going to have it. All right, so I've got the text document. We're going to have it. Okay, now, for the last time, right? I don't need any of you. I'm going to keep all of you. And I don't need any of you. And then I got the same problem that we had before.
What?
Oh, no, I don't need you.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Okay. So now we're just going to process keyframes, right? So this time, if I just run it, it's the same process. Okay.
Okay. There
So
we
this
go.
is good. This is what I want, right? And the thing here is, if we go back to just 0 and 8, this says that these two are 100% identical.
Which they're not.
I mean, I don't believe that to be true.
I feel like it would be more like 80, 70, 80.
60 and 120 are for sure, right?
Yeah.
But this and this, they're not really identical. Now, that's one problem. The other problem is this. And it might be worth us playing with this for a second. If I do this, I'm not going to remove duplicates for a second.
Okay.
Okay. And now we talk about the description, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the code. And all I really care about is the code at this point. So if I do we do this, just to see the code.
Yeah.
Then we can start looking at that problem too, right?
So this is going to give us the code for
Each frame at
every
this
frame.
point.
Okay.
And let's just take a look at this for a second. If the classification sort provide the raw text of the source code.
Maybe
And
we could be more.
place that after this. Yeah.
Maybe we put, exactly.
Let's do this
as
first. Let's not change anything. Let's not change it, just to take a look at it. Because
Yeah.
if you start changing shit, it doesn't help.
Exactly. We'll get a baseline. Cool. Oh boy.
Oh no, we ran that concurrently. So let's shit's gonna blow up.
It's gonna blow up for sure.
Let's stop that.
That was like an intense silence from the back there.
No. I don't know why that happens.
Oh boy.
This is when it crashes. So when Olama crashes, which is what it just did, it wants to attach to go into like a debug mode.
Huh. Okay.
So we just blew up Olama, bro. But
yeah,
that was fair. We shouldn't have done what we did. This we really shouldn't be throwing all these go routines at. So there's a quick way to sort of fix this. And we can just do one at a time. So I'll make a channel of, let's say, yeah, bool, it's fine, of length unique frames.
Okay.
Okay. And what I might also do is fill it up with a bunch of values. All right.
Okay.
So I now have a channel of all the things that we want to do filled to the brim. So now what you do is the following. Or actually, we do it this way. We make it a buffer channel of 1.
1. Okay.
Okay. Then when the go routine, all the go routines will block on the channel.
Okay.
Only one will be able to receive. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's finished, it will put the value back into the channel. And then the scheduler will pick one other. This is called a semaphore.
A
pattern.
semaphore. Okay.
So instead of creating a pool of go routines, what you can do is still spawn hundreds of thousands of them and then control how many actually are allowed to be alive at any given time using,
okay.
let's say, a semaphore in this case. See what's happening?
Okay. Yeah.
And then let's just run this because we could still maybe allow it to run. I can run up to 4 at a time, but right now I don't care about performance.
Yeah, it's just to get the value.
But the key is creating it, filling it up. Actually, this now is just 1, right? Filling that up would have blocked. So we just want to put the 1 in there. Now you could say, well, couldn't you block on the send and then return on the receive? You can, but I don't know. My brain works better with the idea that you're taking something out, like the baton.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting the baton. Instead of putting the baton in, we could do it the other way, right? And so you could do sort of, that should work too. Oh no, you're going to receive on the channel. So here the idea is that you put the baton into the channel.
Put the baton into
So only one person will be able to do this because it's a buffer channel of 1.
Yep.
Everybody else will block. And then when you're done, you pull your baton out of the channel and then opens it up for another one to put it in.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Instead of putting all the batons in first.
Makes sense.
It's who can get their baton in, and then you got to be able to pull it out or you're blocking, right? So hopefully this time we're seeing 1 at a time now. I didn't have to rewrite the code. I just added a little semaphore in front of it, right? So this was, now it is concurrent. So it did 480 first. This is why we're seeing it sort of out of order.
Okay, so it's not gonna have. I was gonna ask that. It's not gonna be in order.
No, it's still concurrent. But if we looked at 480 for a second on 8, right? Here's 480. We saw authenticate, parse string, split, validate with. That looks pretty good.
But the authenticate isn't anywhere there. This function.
No.
It replaced that with the authenticate.
How is it doing that? Where is it getting
Strings to lower? No.
my guess is the following. Hold on. So here's 1387.
Package main import. That's not even there.
Oh no, that would be 1447.
Still not there.
Okay. I think it's trying to recreate a program.
I think it is too. It's trying to make it valid code.
I do too. And I don't know where it's getting its information from.
So this might be a prompt.
So let's do this. If the classification is source code, extract only the source code you see. Do not include any additional code.
I would put maybe exactly as written. Like extract only the source code you see exactly as written.
exactly as written. Place the source code you find under the source code section.
Should we put maybe even if the code is incomplete?
No. Let's keep it
Okay.
small. The classification is source code.
Extract only this one. You.
Okay, let's see what happens now. That's crazy, bro. I wouldn't even have thought it doing that. Okay, now we're looking at 420. Let's see 420.
Again, this is, yeah, H. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it still added this.
The return.
It's better,
It's better.
but it still added a nil. Let's take a look at 1747.
Where's
Oh man, it's
wait,
still
17? It still missed.
no. It added this.
Yeah, I added that, and it missed the M
Yeah, it turned the M
into that.
into that. But I still think it's better. 480.
It's trying to remove syntax errors.
So it's taking this and turning it into a function.
Mm-hmm. And then wrapping everything else with it. Like,
But this has been better. So maybe what we have to do. So well, when you look at 540, this time it behaved much better.
it did.
But I feel like, yeah.
It still added that parentheses, or the,
Yeah.
it still added it
Yeah,
at the bottom, the curly.
Okay. So the classification is extract only the source code you see exactly as written. Do not change the code you see and do not to fix any potential errors. So so here's the thing. The problem is that if it starts making changes to the code,
Mm-hmm.
then does that affect our lives, right? It can, because in the chat it could dump the code and it's not exactly
And it's
what we see.
it's not correct. Yeah. Could it also affect the description?
Well, don't worry about it. The description doesn't matter because that's gonna get cleaned up in the wash.
Got it.
Okay, let's try this. What if you first make it treat as content, extract it, and after you make it classify the source? That's super interesting.
What if
That is super interesting idea.
first make
Let's
it
run
true?
this prompt one more time. But Segan is that is super interesting. What he's saying is it's just going to take more time to do it. But he's saying have it extract any text it sees. Don't have it interpret it first as source code.
Okay.
Then ask it, is this text that you see source code? See, it may stop it from
So extract the code first, or extract all the text, then classify it.
yeah. Okay, let's try this prompt just because we made the change. And then let's change this prompt to do what what Segan is saying. I think what Segan's saying is brilliant. I wouldn't have thought about that. Because if we don't get source code involved in the beginning, it won't try to interpret it, potentially. Right?
Okay.
Right? But let's just take a look at this last change. But I think that's the direction to go in. Yeah. All right, 120.
But we've narrowed it down to it's definitely a prompt issue.
For show.
It's
Right.
definitely a prompt issue.
So this time we got parse, claims, context, return. This was 100% exactly what it saw. Okay. This for sure isn't, because
That is not.
there's no way we have that on 1747. Okay.
Yeah, no.
So this isn't working. Okay, let's go in the direction of Segan, because I think that was really brilliant. Let's say classify this, right? What if we said extract any text you see in the image and keep the formatting? Okay.
Provide, but we're still asking to classify above that.
Yeah, I still want a description, right? So we could do this. Okay, description. Classification.
Provide a detailed description.
And what if I change this to say text? Okay, just for now. Let's just make these changes. Do baby steps. Extract any text you see in the image and keep the formatting. Right. Place that text under the text section.
But we're still classifying.
I still want classification.
Oh, you still want that?
I still want that. I don't. Let's just still say classification for a second. But this might be what we. Let's just start here, right? So now I need to find source code in here. So I'm going to change this to now say text. All right. Just for now. And in the JSON document, I changed that. I didn't want it to get confused. So description to description. And this would be text. Wait a second. Just to be code. Why are you busting my balls? Okay. Extract parts, right? Even though this is just the text right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll just leave it like this for a minute. This will be the text. Okay. So we're going to get nonsense now too, but it's okay. We know these frames that we're playing with are all code.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what this change does, because this now is interesting. This was a really great idea. I don't know if I would have came up with this idea. 14. So this is 14, 17. That's pretty damn clean.
Is the M above it?
Even if I don't have the M above it, I'm okay. Right? Because the key was not changing.
Not altering.
That one worked. Now, what about 600? Same thing. H part split.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
I think there's 0. So that is super interesting. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and it got the incomplete code there, and still
we lost what was on the bottom, but that's okay. I don't have a problem losing
as long as it's not
trying to play games. Oh, dude, that just worked. Sagan, that just worked beautifully.
It's a much shorter prompt too.
Yeah, I think that worked beautifully. Let's look at 240. So that was super interesting. It was trying to interpret stuff because we told it it was source code. Okay. So
the difference was it was just treating it as text rather than source code from the
yeah, now that we're
from the
just
jump.
saying it's text. Now, what I want to see though in this output, we're going to run this again. I want to see what the classification is.
Interesting.
Let's just see what the classification is. Let's run
Yeah.
it again. No, dude, that was huge, man. What a great idea. Because it stopped it from interpreting what it thought it was seeing.
So instead of interpreting it as code, it just extracted text. That's it.
And it didn't think twice about it. And then it still classified it properly.
That's where I'm getting confused. Like, wouldn't it have just classified it as text?
No, because the classification, asking it to classify it is separate from just give me the text. So it did exactly what we needed it to do. It's really brilliant. It was a really brilliant idea.
That was interesting.
Okay, so here's the cool part now. We now have this, which is giving us the text. But now then we see the, now that if it's source code, that's the only time that we'll extract it, right?
Okay.
So if I come back here for a second, where's the code? So instead of source code, let's say I call this text. Because really that's what it is, right? Then ideally what I can say here is if the classification is source code, then keep the text.
Okay.
And I think I do this somewhere else too.
If frame classification.
Right. Yeah, I do this on the input, but maybe now then I want to show the code, and that's fine. And that becomes part of the input. Because then I show the input that we're choosing. Now, one could argue that I don't need to do this, right? Just keep it, whatever is there, because I'm going to filter it out anyway.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, if we're going to do this right, just, right, call that text. Because that's the text that we see, right? And that's the text that we see. And then so do that right, because then up there we filter it as source code.
Yeah. Okay.
That solves that problem.
Man,
I think
interesting.
No, that was crazy huge.
That's small.
That was like, Segan, you're gonna send me an email, bill@ardanlabs.com, and I'm giving you a free Go bundle to the video platform for that huge decision there, man. So make sure you send me an email. Remind me what I just said and who you are. But I think that deserves a free bundle. I don't know about you, bro.
That was a big brain.
Saved our butt on this one.
Big brain moment.
Okay, we still have not a bigger problem. That was a big problem. That's on a solve. We have this problem now. Okay, so we've done that. Now the problem that we have is, let's solve the next one. I'm going to know it's you because in the email, you're going to say, I'm Segan and I helped you solve a big problem. And you told me that I get a free Go bundle. So you got to write that in the email, man. Oh, yeah. But then anybody watching is going to try to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. How am I going to know it's Segan? Wow. Okay, nobody else try to do this because I'm going to be really mad.
Don't do this because I'll be upset.
There's nobody watching, Segan. So what do we got? How many people are watching?
2.
2 people are watching, so it can only be you, bro. All right, just do that.
Just do it quick before it's posted.
Yeah, maybe he takes a screenshot or something. I don't know. Anyway, just send it to me. I'm not worried. Karma is a bitch, as they say. So you try to pretend you're Segan and you trick me. That's on you,
It's gonna come back.
It's gonna come back to hurt you. I promise you there. Okay. Okay, so let's look at the next problem that I think is a real problem. And that's the removing. I commented that out. Where is that code? Oh, so we don't need semaphores anymore, do we? Now, you saw the semaphore stuff was pretty cool, right? And if you remember, now that I have this, maybe we just keep it. Remember I have a setting here called num parallel. I'm now thinking, since we wrote this code, that we should sort of respect the num parallel. In other words, os.get environment num parallel, right? And that returns, let's just do that. Now, that might return an empty, so
Oh yeah, that would work. Let's see again, said.
what?
He'll send you a code like on the email, and then he'll comment the same code, and that's how you know they match.
I'll send, and after I'll comment on it.
Like a random word or something, and then he'll comment the same thing, so we know it's the same.
Oh, how is he going to give me that? See, and I'll send, and after I comment a code here. Yeah, all right, that's fine. We'll figure it out. This might be blank. So if num parallel should be an int. What is this now? Oh, but I need to turn it into a. Oh, yeah. And then I do this. That's fine. But I got to check errors. So, yeah, lights are going crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing, bro. It's not even like something's happening. Okay. Oh, it's because that's a string, isn't it? I really need this to be started that way. And when I do this type of stuff, I just like using V's sometimes.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I can say, if it's not empty, then sort of do this. Oh, yeah, no, this could be num. Doesn't that return an int? Isn't that an int? Oh. You know, this is when things go a little bad. And I almost don't even care if there's an error because we're just going to, well, if there's an error, I got to put it back to 1 because this could be returning 0. All right.
What is A to I?
Convert a string to an integer.
Okay.
Alpha numeric, I guess, to int.
Got
So
it. Okay.
if we do this, this kind of keeps our ability to just make sure that we're only doing the number of Olama can handle, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like should move G here maybe. Is that a bad change? I wonder what the AI wanted to do with that. What do they want to do?
I wanted to add the semaphore logic, or wait, what is it? Because it wants to remove it all.
Let's just see what it wants to do.
Is it fixing spacing?
Yeah, but it got rid of all my
It got rid of the
concurrency.
go routine.
I don't know why it wants to do that. I don't know what it wants to do. So num1, number in parallel, right? Now we could call this variable R just to be more, right? I don't know why that happened. I hate that, dude. I come in here and I say rename and then I have to wait. Oh, this is our little semaphore count. So it's going to be anywhere from 1 to Olama num parallel, which I don't know. I do set for Olama up on in my case here. So that means that this should use 4 for this. And we'll see that in the output anyway.
Okay.
In fact, we would see it right now if that worked. I don't think that worked.
180. But semaphore.
Yeah, because that should have converted it to 4, right? So look,
Let's just print the.
Sometimes and let's print V. V was empty.
And S is 1.
Oh, because I ran that in the other terminal. So I have to do the following. I have to, okay, that's fair. I have to set this as part of the call to step 1.
Oh, okay. Like you have to do the, yeah. The export. Yep.
Dude, what is going on with me today?
Yep.
Oh, it did it for me.
Nice.
Yeah, so now it's
4.
doing 4 at a time, right? Okay. So yeah, I just had to set that. That's fine. Okay. Now let's get to, we've got 10 minutes left, which is probably not enough time to solve this, but I feel like the embedding model is not giving us accuracy.
Yeah.
So let's do something though.
So the code issue is fixed. The code.
Right.
But now the actual comparison was the other.
So the remove. So let's put back this for a second.
Yeah.
Now, if we run this again for 8, I can hit Control C there. Our cosine similarity function thinks that these two are 100% the same.
And when it's comparing, is it comparing the descriptions to each other of the images or the images themselves?
The image. So the embedding. We got this embedding model down here. So we could create an embedding for the image.
Yeah.
And then we could do the cosine similarity.
Okay.
Now, there's 1,000 points of light on this thing, right?
Yeah.
So this gets really hard because if I were to dump these embedding numbers,
yeah,
I'm going to check 1,000 points. Yeah,
exactly.
Right. I mean, that's what cosine similarity is supposed to do. And so this means one of two things. It means that our embedding model sort of isn't accurate enough, right? Because what's happening is we end up choosing 0 out of all this. We end up choosing this because we compare it to this and we go, up, they're the same, up, right? This is the same. At a certain threshold, one could argue that maybe it is. But as I had told sort of Florin, what sucks is we're going to end up with this and not that. Now, maybe we make up for it on 9 because on 9 we start to see more.
Yeah.
And so maybe it's not so bad because maybe it's not so bad because it sort of auto corrects over time.
Okay.
So let's do the following. Let's put all our code back. I think solving this problem was the big sort of win.
Yeah.
It might just solve itself just over time in terms of enough sort of wiggle room in the system.
Okay.
Plus, fixing the temperature and all that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, there's one more piece of code though I commented out, and that was the remove. Oh no, I didn't. So we'll have that there. Okay, let's run the whole thing again. I'm going to take the code we have. Okay, fixing code extraction, really. And then the embedding stuff, the problem is that if we use descriptions, it's going to take too long. We needed the embedding model to do this.
Yeah.
Okay. So in this case, we decided that those frames, 0,
Okay.
60.
Oh, I crashed it. Did it? I popped up.
Normally when that happens, Olama has crashed.
I saw the 500 and then it like.
All right, that's how this was saying.
I saw 500 there.
Yeah, it definitely crashed. So maybe doing 4
It might be too much.
is too much. Yeah.
And deadline exceeded. Contact.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we had no frame information. Right. Okay. So what if we do the following? Where was that code that we added for this?
There. Yep.
Maybe we just want to divide. We could go to 2, right? Maybe we just tick to 2. And so maybe what the answer kind of is semaphore. Is it the min of... I don't want to go more than 2, right?
Why not just keep it at 1 and have it process 1 description?
I think we can do that. We could, but if I can run it in parallel, we'll run faster.
It'll be a little, yeah, it's splitting.
But what this code says is choose the smallest of the 2. So semaphore or true.
Okay.
So if it's 1, it will pick 1. It crashed, but I think it mostly context timed out. Again, I'm running it locally.
Yeah.
Also, I think we're giving it 20 seconds, which I mean, dude, if you can't give me this 20 seconds, we got bigger problems. But we could try this.
And just bump it up a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe it timed out because of that. All right, let's try it again.
Okay, for description.
See, most of the time it just has one anyway.
Yeah.
I just hate this code, man. I shouldn't have to do this, you know? I mean, there should be a limit on it, but if you're going to run it, like you're going to blow it up, you're going to blow it up, right?
Okay.
I just feel like I shouldn't need to have that. Okay, so on 0 for 1, we said terminal. Let's see. That's fair. There's no
Makes
code on
sense.
there. Right? Ooh, this didn't even get a classification. That one did. This was 3 with 0. So that's bad.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
That one wasn't good. That one was good. 4 0.
Authenticate when.
That one's okay. It missed a little bit, but. And then 5, we chose 0.
And
Yeah,
then
and it's fine.
oh, where's the H?
Hmm.
I missed the H.
Yeah, I don't care about missing it. I just don't want it to hallucinate. Though it did this,
And the
and I don't
token
know.
parts, rest of code, yeah.
I don't know where I got that from. This is 6. It chose 0. That sucks that it shows 0 because there was a pop-up. But
I feel like that would have made it very different though, but it's like the similarity score on that.
I didn't do a great job there. But on 7, yeah, I mean, we're using the small model, right? So I
Yeah.
can run it locally.
Exactly.
But this one wasn't good at all. Authenticate, and then it did a return function. Well, we don't really have that.
Yeah.
But it kept the code there. And on our 8, I don't know what it's smoking on 8 now.
Yeah, it's like it threw everything off now.
Oh no.
Oh no, our errors return.
Actually, it's okay.
claims.
I could have been better. And then 9.
Yeah, it did some weirdness.
No, that one's good. That one's really good, actually.
Yeah, it just named H differently.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? Huh.
Claims.
It's better, though.
Yeah.
I mean, this prompt that we're using.
It's definitely better than before, but it's inconsistent. But that could just be. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
But the idea of,
that is working.
I think has been better.
Hmm.
Oh, what is this one? 15. So I think the only bug we have. Yeah, that one went off the deep
Yeah,
end.
that was way off.
I don't know what that one's smoking. 15.
Nothing changed there.
The similarity is right for the most part.
Yeah. Little change there.
But that's crazy to me.
Such an interesting. Huh.
The description's good. But that's not,
No, that is like completely.
man. Let me stop it for now. So for sure it's better. But still, I feel like it on occasion decides that it's going to go and do its own thing, like 18.0.
Mm-hmm. It only got.
It took that. Didn't get. Again, I don't care if it loses some stuff. I just don't want it adding code. 17.0. So here it like
It wrapped it in a main.
it did. And it's not even, well, that one's right. Yeah. So weird though, right?
It's so weird. Like it keeps trying to. I don't know. It's just inconsistent. Like there, it looks like it wants to make it runnable.
It just could also be the model that we're using, right?
Yeah.
It's just such a, which model are we using again for this?
Kind of a complicated.
Using this one. That's the only one I can run locally though.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, we're at the top of the hour. What was the last change I just made?
Just adding.
Okay. So we could continue to play with this prompt a little bit. The only other thing we can say is do not alter or enhance the text you see. Keep any. It's the only other thing I can think of, right? Continue to tell it to just do not alter, enhance, or change the text you see and keep it. Okay, so we'll have to continue to play with this a little bit, but all right, just some final refactor. Okay, so where are we now? I feel like we're going to have to live with the embedding for running this locally. And I think the text extraction, we could just continue to spend time on that, but there'll be a point of diminishing return for what we're trying to accomplish with this proof of concept. So when we're back next week, I want to get back to what we were doing in step 2. We had started with that function, inject context.
Yeah.
And is the question relevant and these sorts of things. So I want to finish this work on Tuesday. Make sure that's still working pretty well. And then we'll figure out sort of what our next steps is, because this is our proof of concept for trying to really process this.
Yeah.
Now, the funny thing is I tried using the prediction guard embedding model that also supports images. And it was actually a little slower than what we were doing this locally.
Okay.
Tiny bit. But now what might be interesting is trying it and seeing if we're getting better results on the text extraction.
Yeah, is it a bigger, it's a bigger model?
So maybe we'll, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So maybe we'll do that on Tuesday, is I'll put the code back in to make PG calls. It's not that hard. and then we'll run that same stuff that we had done, and we'll see if, right, for those, for that
see if
8,
it's
and we'll
a
see if
little
it's
more
getting better.
consistent.
Yeah. Okay, very cool. But I think we had a good session. But for those of you like watching this, you can see at this point it's more of an art than a science. Like your Go stuff kind of now disappears because you're trying to fight the model to be at some level deterministic in this undeterministic world,
Yeah.
or at least deterministic enough where you feel like you're going to get
Yeah, like a
sort of what you
response.
need.
Yeah.
But I think what we're going to try is the prediction guard model again on Tuesday, just to see if we're getting a better result. But Segan, the use of just text was kind of brilliant.
Yeah,
It helped cleaned it up for sure. It got better.
it
Let's
did
just say
get
that.
better.
It got better. It got better. All right, everybody. I appreciate your time, and we'll see everybody again next week. Have a great weekend.